Are you looking for a way to automate tasks in AWS? If you need to check your RDS database regularly, you're in the right place. Today, we will explore how to run periodic tasks on Amazon RDS. I totally understand the struggle of keeping track of trial end dates in your database. It can be a hassle to remember to check every day, especially when you have other tasks on your plate. You're definitely not alone in this. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked how they can run periodic tasks in AWS to check their RDS database for trial end dates. They want to send an email using SES when the trial is about to end. Sound familiar? Let's dive into the solutions. So what are the options available for running periodic tasks in AWS? The user mentioned Lambda and EC2, which are great choices. But there are other solutions too. Let's break them down. And stick around. At the end of this video, I will share a bonus tip that could make your automation even easier. To begin solving this problem, the user can utilize AWS Lambda to run periodic tasks. First, they need to create a Lambda function that will check the RDS database for trial end dates. Next, the user should configure the Lambda function to connect to the RDS database. This involves setting up the necessary permissions and environment variables. After that, the user can write the code within the Lambda function to query the RDS database. This code should check for trial end dates and trigger an email notification if the end date is approaching. To ensure the Lambda function runs periodically, the user should set up a CloudWatch events rule. This rule will trigger the Lambda function at specified intervals. Finally, the user should test the entire setup to ensure that the Lambda function is correctly querying the database and sending emails as expected. Fun fact, did you know that AWS Lambda can automatically scale to handle thousands of requests at once? It's like having a superhero for your code. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by another user is to use AWS Batch. This option is particularly suitable for jobs that are heavy and require more time to complete. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative solution provided by a user is to use AWS Lambda for running periodic tasks. You can create a Lambda function and set it to execute on a regular schedule. This can be done using a fixed rate, like every hour or 15 minutes, or by using a cron expression for more complex scheduling. That's all for that response. Let's see what someone else had to say. One alternative solution is to use AWS Lambda for your periodic tasks. If your check takes less than 300 seconds, you can schedule it with Lambda using rate or cron expressions. This is a straightforward option. If your task exceeds the Lambda limits, consider using AWS Data Pipeline. It's easy to schedule and run custom scripts periodically, but keep in mind it charges for at least 1 hour of instance time. Here's that bonus tip I promised. Consider using AWS step functions to orchestrate your tasks. This can help you manage complex workflows and make your automation even more powerful. And there you have it. You now have several options to run periodic tasks on your RDS database. Remember, automation can save you time and effort. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more AWS tips and tricks.